Am yatarad basme nehave dugarono labsulto Maryam yolda saloho. Am yatarad basme nehave dugarono labsulto Maryam yolda saloho. Am yatarad basme nehave dugarono Lanbi eslihe sohade kadishe.
Today is Thursday, August 21st, 2025. We are at a special place in Kerala. This is the chapel of Seeri, Saint Ephrem Ecumenical Research Institute in Kottayam. And the Aramaic project audience have had a great opportunity to get acquainted with the founder and director of this institute, Father Jacob THEKEPARAMBIL. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us. It's a great honor. My first question to you, this institute is now well known in the world, and this was your brainchild. What prompted you to start something like this?
Actually, the first mover was our own Bishop Mar Athanasius, Zacharias Mar Athanasius of the Diocese of Tiruvalla.
Okay.
I joined the minor seminary in 1959, just after my SSLC examination. And we were fortunate to have a very good Malpan, Thomas Mulamanal, to have a teacher, a very good Syriac teacher. You know, at that time, just before the council, in the minor seminary, we were having our prayers, all the canonical prayers, in Syriac.
Even at that time?
Even at that time.
So, but you were young.
We were young, but we had to learn from the second day onwards. Malpan started teaching us Syriac.
Okay.
So every day there was Syriac classes. We had to learn Latin also, English, liturgy, a little bit of history, but all the main subject was Syriac and Latin.
When you say Syriac, it is West Syriac.
Yes, West Syriac. Yes. So we had to learn from the basic alphabets and words, and he had a method of teaching Syriac. So within 3 months we could read and sing with them.
Okay.
Because the bishop was there, and also all the fathers like rector, vice rector, or canon law specialist, and so on. So also vicar general. So everybody used to come together in the evening at 7 o'clock for the Ram show, and also the Liliu.
Okay.
So nowadays people are very merciful towards the seminarians, so they don't encourage Liliu prayers. You know, it is in the Liliu prayers or hymns that we have octoekos, 8 different melody system.
Yes.
Once you learn that, you will be learning automatically all the 8 different melodies, which will be used at different occasions for the liturgical services, for example, for baptism, or for burial, for marriage, and so on. So that was a very good initiation, but this is not the case now. Because there are not many who can teach Syriac, and most of the dioceses have minor seminaries, but they teach very little bit of Syriac.
That's all?
That's all. So I think the situation has to improve. People are pretending, at least after ordination, that they know Syriac, but in fact, the Vatican said you should go back to your own sources.
Yes.
You should learn your own liturgical language, but that is not being done even today.
Okay, that's surprising. I used to think this is the case in the Syro-Malabar Church. But you in the Syro-Malankara Church was more zealous to reserve at least some of the expressions and some of the prayers. But I thought the clergy here would be Syriac literate.
Recently we had 18 priests working in the different parishes of Kottayam area, and I propose that we will have our Ramshu evening prayer in Syriac. Only 3 could join. Others just stood there as if they are listening to something which they do not understand.
Wow, that is news to me.
So that's a sad situation.
Yes.
It has to be improved, and I am sure that through your project and also the music, this will come back, and this should come back.
Thank you. So let us come back to Seeri as an academic institute. So this is associated with MG University. So that's a great vision at the time to have an institute that gives degree, masters, bachelor's, masters, and even PhD in Syriac language. How did that evolve? Was that your first vision, intention?
Yes, my first intention was actually to start a research center for Syriac ecumenically. In fact, that was also the intention of our founder, Bishop Mar Athanasius. Just after the council, when he came back, one of the first things which he did was to acquire a small plot here in the heart of Kottayam. That was in 1976. So since then, he was planning to have a research institute or an ecumenical institute.
Could you please expand that concept of ecumenical? Who are involved in this?
You know, the book of Wisdom, chapter 9, I think, says, wisdom is supported by 7 pillars. In India, the Syriac heritage is also supported by 7 pillars, 7 churches.
Yes.
The Syro-Malabar Church, which should be the first and the largest. Then the Chaldean Church of the East, belonging to the same East Syriac tradition. And then naturally the West Syriac tradition has 5 different churches. The 2 Orthodox churches under the Patriarch of Antioch, under the Catholicos of Kottayam, and then the Thoreau Church, which is one of the oldest church, but they also have genuinely Syriac tradition. They have around 60 Syriac manuscripts, liturgical books, and that is well preserved. And then naturally the Marthoma Church, which was also originally Marthoma Syrian origin, even now, because it is called Marthoma Syrian Church. And then naturally the Syro-Malankara Catholic Church. So also the 5 in the West Syriac tradition and 2 in the East Syriac tradition.
Yes. When you started, when Bishop, how did the Bishop find you? Why did he choose you?
We were only 6 seminarians in our batch. I had my course in philosophy and theology in Pune, where I met some of your CMI fathers. And there I was rather successful to learn Latin. At that time we had to learn philosophy in Latin.
Really?
And by the time the council came for theology, then naturally everything was switched on to English. So I succeeded well in Latin philosophy course. So I passed, and so that was an asset for me. And then after the theology course, I was sent to near Kottayam, one of the parishes in Malabar. So after 1.5 years, Bishop called me and he asked me to go for liturgical studies to Paris.
Oh, okay.
It happened through one of our earlier priests who studied in Königstein and also in Paris. He worked on Saint Ephrem. So he was instrumental in sending me to Paris.
What was the topic of your doctoral dissertation?
I worked on the Syriac manuscripts of the prayers of incense.
Prayers of incense.
Which we have under 4 titles. The Premion, which is an introduction, and then Cedro, the Besme, Cedro, the name of the prayer, which means order, of Besme, incense, and then we had Kolo, the Pirmo, which is also, Pirmo means also either thurible or incense, and then we had Ethro, that was a prose prayer, and then finally Kolo, the Botar Pirmo, hymn after incense offering.
Wow.
So I examined all the available Syriac manuscripts in British Museum and also in Preußischer Kulturbesitz in Berlin, the library, which is the biggest library in Germany, and also in Paris. So around 30 manuscripts I analyzed. I went through the prayers and how it was arranged. So I wrote an introduction about these prayers which are found in the manuscripts dating from 6th century onwards.
Oh, really?
So that was, my professors were actually very good guides, and then my first director, Father Dalme, was a Dominican priest who used to sleep in his cubicle in between the books. So it was quite inspiring to talk to him and to go to him, and he gave me the 3 volumes of the catalogue of the Syriac manuscripts of the British Museum, and he allowed me to keep them in my room nearly 4 years. So it is there that I could have an overall view of the Syriac manuscript traditions and also liturgical manuscripts.
Now, this is from the 6th century.
Yes.
So, after the first 2 ecumenical councils, do those incense songs contain theologically significant contents?
Yes, it is. Actually, incense and smell, odor, riho and ruho, these are all mentioned in our prayers of incense. So you are the true incense for Christ that was offered on the cross. See, the whole interpretation of the cross, the death on the cross, is also done in terms of incense offering.
Okay.
So and also between ruho and riho there is a connection.
What is riho?
When the Holy Spirit, ruho, came, there was also riho, the smell, the odor from paradise. If you go through some of even the Syriac prayers, you will find these 2 words, ruho and riho. And we are the people who should spread the good smell of Christ and the message of salvation. So the whole interpretation, it turns around Eucharist, bread, and also incense.
So incense has such a great importance in that.
All the liturgical prayers of almost all the Orthodox churches, and surely of the West Syriac churches, is built around the offering of incense. There is no prayer without incense.
Okay.
But nowadays, after Vatican, naturally people are lazy, so they don't use it for Eucharist. Otherwise, whenever there is if you look at the Orthodox church, if a bishop visits a church, first he goes to the chapel and has prayer and conducts prayers also with incense.
Okay.
Honoring Mother of God and also the saints, and naturally also for the departed. There is an offering of incense. So without incense, one cannot celebrate the liturgy of the Syrian Orthodox or Syro-Malankara.
Oh, okay. Let us come back to Seeri, because you are from the beginning. How did it start, and what is the current status?
So it started during my studies in Paris. My professor sent me for seeing the manuscripts in the British Museum. I could read and sing Syriac very well, so one had to learn 3 years Syriac in order to get the diploma. Then the professor admitted me in the 2nd year because I could sing, I could read very well, but I could not understand. But then the professor told, without learning to translate Syriac, there will not be any doctorate from here. So he encouraged me very much, and after the 3 years of Syriac studies, I was sent to British Museum in London to see the manuscripts. It is there that my eyes were opened. If you go to British Museum and see the manuscripts, how they are preserved, how they are brought for the use of the scholars, then you will not miss anymore the destination of your specialization. So that was an eye-opener for me. So I took one after the other all the manuscripts, especially those containing those prayers, and it was also an introduction to the liturgical tradition. So I saw how the baptism was presented in the manuscripts, or how the Qurbana, or even the Bible. The arrangement of the books were not as we see today.
Right.
So it was an eye-opener to see the old things as they were used by the specialists, by the church members at that time. So that has helped me. So since then, I thought of having document microfilms here. So I approached, and after 3 months I came back to Paris, and since I spoke the French, a missionary group asked me to be a representative of Indian Church. So we are about 12 people, mostly Africans and also French people. Then I asked the secretary, I would like to have the microfilms of the Syriac manuscripts. And I told for the microfilms of Paris and also the liturgical manuscripts of the British Museum may cost about 20,000 francs at that time.
20,000 francs. And you are a student.
I was finishing my PhD, and he granted it. That was a surprise for me.
Wow.
And also the whole group supported it. So since that was the foundation stone, so I purchased the microfilms of the manuscripts needed for my studies and also for future use. And then my bishop came, so I told him also this is a possibility. So he asked me to come back as early as possible. Then I told I finished my PhD, but I need to consult also the manuscripts of France and also Germany. Then he allowed, and also whatever money which he got from Paris, he gave me also that for the purchase of books and microfilms. So it was already, the institute was already in the making.
And they are all here?
They are all here now.
Behind this chapel, in this campus, in the library.
I would request you to see also the library after this.
Okay, we will take yes. Very
so
much.
that was actually a good impetus that helped me, or that gave me a passion for Syriac. I can read any time, any amount of time on Syriac manuscripts. That doesn't mean I know all the words, but with the help of dictionary, I can find out the meaning, both East and West Syriac.
Okay.
Some people know, I know only the West Syriac, or I know only the East Syriac. No. Maybe the pronunciation different, but one should know the meaning. So that's what I learned. Then in 1972, the first Syriac Symposium took place in Rome. At that time, Father Placid was there.
Oh, wow.
And I was a student, and my professor, Father Dalme, told, you have to go to that Syriac Symposium. And I was only 2 years in Paris. I told I have no money to travel, train ticket and to stay there. That would cost. Anyway, you have to come there. So there was also another Deacon Jacob of the Syrian Orthodox Church. He was also studying in Paris. We both somehow managed to go to Rome, and we attended the Syriac Symposium. There we saw Father Hambi, and also Father van der Ploeg from Holland, from Nijmegen. It is he who prepared the catalogue of the Syriac manuscripts of the St. Thomas Christians in India. It was published by Dharmaram College, and that was an eye-opener. So I still remember his paper over his experience while going around visiting all the centers where the manuscripts are there. For example, in Pambakuda for the West Syriac manuscripts, Tiruvalla Bishop's House, and Mananam, and also Trivandrum. So he visited all the manuscript collection. He has described it well. So that was also, so he reported that, and that time all the Syriac scholars came to know that India is also a country of Syriac tradition.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we have manuscripts. We have also books, thanks to your CMI fathers, books were published and grammars were published.
Yes.
And one of the earliest East Syriac and Malayalam grammar was published in Kerala. So that was already an asset, a Karson dictionary. And there I could meet all the Syriac scholars like Sebastian Brock.
Oh, okay.
And Father Dalme, Father Graffin. And the second, it was planned to have every Olympic year also Syriac Symposium. So the next one was in Paris. So I was at home. So my professor and also a professor of Sorbonne University, they were organizing it. So I was also a part of organizing the students helping. And that was a great occasion to meet all the Syriac scholars. And also, especially, there was an important group of Syriac scholars from Lebanon, the Maronite Church. And they were also supporting, even now, they were supporting Seeri. So these contacts were always good. And then the third symposium was in 1980 in Goslar.
Which country?
Goslar in West Germany. It was organized by the Syriac scholars of Göttingen. It's a Protestant university, Georg August Universität, Göttingen. And at that time, after my doctorate, they invited me to work with them for 4 years. So I was there. So I was happy to help them to organize also the symposium. And in that symposium, our Bishop Mar Yuhano, in the meantime, Bishop Mar Athanasius died, and his successor was Isaac Mar Yuhanon. He came, and I told him he should attend the Syriac Symposium, and also Mar Ephrem of Trichu.
Oh, okay.
So it is there that I met him for the first time. Then today's Catholicos, M.A. Mathai, Father M.A. Mathai, here in Kottayam, he was there, and also Father Baby Varghese, who was also at that time a student in Paris, and on Syriac liturgy. So we all made a write-up, and the bishops announced that we plan to start a research center for Syriac in India. So all of them supported. And that was the beginning, a Magna Carta, one can say, of this institution.
Now, you have been organizing Syriac symposiums here.
Yes.
And this year it is the...
This is the 40th year of the foundation of Seeri. 1985, 2025. And my experience with the Syriac Symposium helped me to organize in 1987. So 85 was the foundation, and 87, I sent an invitation to all the Syriac scholars. So about 17 of them came.
Wow.
And that was already an encouragement for Syriac studies. And some of the professors came even before that for offering one-day seminars here in Seeri. For example, Professor Hage of Marburg University. He came here and spent almost a month giving 8 lectures on days consecutively, and that gave rise to our first book. So all the lectures were published in English, and then naturally the first Symposium Syriacum, and Sebastian Brock is naturally one of the founding fathers, because he was there in 72, and also in Paris and in Germany. So he is like the patriarch of Syriac studies. And whenever he comes with a bundle of books for Seeri. And also this contact with the Syriac scholars helped us to have their own publications or off-prints which they publish. So I have actually a big collection of off-prints of authors published on many items. Unfortunately, our Syriac, our students do not come to that level because they are still struggling with the language. Anyway, so we organized 10 Syriac Symposium. And this is the present...
So it's every 4 years?
Every 4 years.
And this is the 10th and 40th year. What a remarkable journey.
This is an exceptional one. Because of the 40th year. So Ruby Jubilee. And Jubilee is, one can be proud of what has happened, but it is more for reimagining and proposing new ways to improve the serious study of Syriac. Because in the seminaries, if you go to Vanavatu seminary or our seminary, they are there 8 years or 6 years, they don't succeed in reading Syriac. I remember Cardinal Tisserand was the one who, because his doctorate thesis was on the Syro-Malabar Church. And he saw that is a big church of St. Thomas tradition. And when he became the president of the Oriental Congregation, it is he who said that the Syro-Malabar Church and the Malankara Church should have their own seminaries. And that was the raison d'etre of Vanavatu Seminary and also our seminary. There naturally we follow syllabus mostly found in Western seminaries, but somehow the study of Syriac is not encouraged properly. So actually that should be changed.
I have a weird question to ask you. We have lived the faith for 2,000 years, we claim, and we have gone to the West, and we have so many people who have taken doctorates and all that. But for some reason, have we, the St. Thomas Christians, generated a theological way of thinking, a new way of theologizing? What is our contribution to the world?
First of all, our Syriac tradition here has kept up the church lively through our liturgy, without sacrificing the liturgical identity.
Okay.
So that, because to have a continuation, one needs to have identity. So that is still there.
Yes.
Of course, after the council there was an opening, and go back to the sources. That was the prime motivation for the Oriental churches. To some extent, there are some scholars who learned very well. Some liturgy specialists are there, or patristic specialists are there. So one has to delve deep again into the Syriac tradition. In the beginning, Father Kottayam and so on, they were accusing Latins. Oh, they have spoiled. They have spoiled all our thing and so on.
Yes.
So once I remember, there was a seminar in Vadavadhu Seminary. Professor, one of the lady professors, Theresia Heinthaler, she was sitting. I was sitting near her. She was telling, "Stop accusing the Latins.
What did you do?
Do something." Instead of teaching their own seminarians or their own priests the Syriac tradition, the Syriac language, well, criticizing. That's okay, one should criticize, but the Latins have also done something positive.
Yes.
And all the seminaries, even now, are supported by the Latins.
That's right.
It is we who are lazy to learn our own sources, our own language. So it is, one has to change a lot. So
what's your vision for Seeri for the next 50 years?
For the next 50 years, our next director is in preparation. He has already a doctorate from Fribourg University, Father Joseph THEKEPARAMBIL. So he is preparing. He is well versed in the homilies of Jacob Saru. So most of the plannings will be done at that time by him.
Okay.
But I think he studied his master's degree here, so he learned the language well. So we have to stress on the necessity of translation of Syriac liturgy, Syriac documents, Syriac fathers. Look at the French people. They have a lot of Oriental specialists.
Yes.
They translate into their language all the texts which are available. It can be Apocrypha. It can be homilies of Saint Ephrem. It can be homilies of Jacob of Saruk. They translate that. As a result, they have enriched their German literature or French literature with publications on and about the Syriac heritage, and also the Ethiopian. They have a Syriaqc, the Ethiopian tradition or Armenian tradition.
Coptic,
They have CSCO, Corpus Scriptorum Christianorum Orientalium. It's a big series of European scholars, mainly of Oriental scholars. So they have publications from Ethiopian, from Syriac, from Armenian, from Georgian, and so on. So the main block is actually the numerous publications are on Syriac tradition. There was one Father Edmund Beck, a Benedictine.
Yes.
It is he who opened the treasures of Saint Ephrem through his publications of the homilies of Jacob of Saru, of Saint Ephrem. So people started knowing Saint Ephrem through his publication. Otherwise, they were not knowing them. And Sebastian Brock, naturally,
that's right.
is the best. He is called now the Patriarch of Syriac Studies, because he is the one who has published a lot, and he helps a lot. Even a beginner asks or writes to him a letter, he always replies. And whenever he comes here, he brings always a bundle of books, publications, articles to encourage here. So we have, thanks to their support, about 85% of published literature on Syriac tradition.
At the Seeri Library.
In our name.
Wow.
And that is why Mahatma Gandhi University in 1995. So after 10 years, so 85 to 95, we were teaching Syriac on our own. And then the university invited us to collaborate with them because all the teachers, Syriac teachers in the colleges, they do not have a master's degree in the concerned language. They were teaching on the basis of MA degrees in English literature or other subjects. So at that time, the Vice Chancellor contacted also Father Palackal, Father Palackal, who was formerly the principal of Mar Ivanios College and belonging to our church, belonging to the family of Mar Ivanios, a person with strong commitment for Syriac. We happened to get him here like Nanguram. So his presence gave a solid basis for Syriac, and almost all the vice chancellors were acquainted with him, or some of them were his students. And at that time, PVC of Mahatma Gandhi University, Mr. Tika Koshi, he was staying close by Seeri, and he was having his food from here. At the time of inauguration, he told it should become like the old universities of Edessa and so on. So that happened after 10 years. They asked us to collaborate with them with no financial commitment from the part of the university. The syllabus, the examination, the timetable, admission, everything will be decided by the university. So the teaching will be done by our institute. So that is the agreement, and it is going on now. So they gave us 2 capacity, regional center of MGU for teaching master's degree, and then research center for Syriac language and literature, and Father Kunamakal, Thomas Kunamakal, Father Baby Varghese, and we were recognized as research guides. Now we have 2nd generation of research guides. One sister, she was here today, Sister Jinsi, belonging to the Chaldean Church of the East, and Father Bernard, he is from the Syro-Malankara Diocese of Marthandam, Parashala. He finished he studied his MA and went to Lebanon for his doctorate from Holy Spirit University, Lebanon. He came back. Now he is appointed as one of the teachers of the college in Parashala Diocese, but exceptionally he is appointed also as the research guide for Seeri. Because he belongs to another university. Usually they don't do it because we don't have other persons. There are persons, but some of them are aged. University has the age limit. So there are 2 now. And when Father Jose comes, there will be a 3rd one.
The new director.
The new director.
I have 2 more simple questions, short questions, but before that, since you mentioned, since you studied incense songs, could you please sing one incense song?
Amyatarad basme nehave dugarono labsulto Maryam yolda saloho. Amyatarad basme nehave dugarono Lanbi Eslihe Sohade Kadishe.
We don't have that melody.
I can.
But yeah, that's right. A slight variation in your version. Could you please sing once again, please?
Amyatarad basme nehve dudarono labsulto Maryam yulda saloho.
Okay.
There was another one. There are, for example, there is a commentary of Jacob of Saruk on the Lord's Prayer, which can be sung in 8 different melodies of the West Syriac tradition and also East Syriac tradition.
Oh, okay.
Hokanolam salaw atu
We have that.
modam salin bun bashmaya niskandashma agdab kandi.
Wow, so we have
Dithalavosan upmalkutok menkadite obsebionok nehave baravo akbashmayo hablan lahmo minad yawmo men bet gasok bashbuk haubain khasahtohain akbash bakinan wal nasiyuno lotayelain damhilinan yelo pason atmen bisho rabu hailo.
How do you run the whole?
I can give you the text in East Syriac notation, and it can be sung in 8 different melodies. Hokanolam salawatun modam salin bun bashmayo neskadashmo kagdob kadish titelevotan opmalkutok men kadite obsabionok nahwe barwo agdabashmayo hablan lahmo minad yawmo men betgasok wasbuk haubain khasuhatohain agdashbaknan wal nasiyuno lotayelain damhilinan yelo pason atmen bishadarabu hailok, and so on.
Oh, beautiful.
Sebastian Brock says that it is published by Vladimir Seminary in New York, about the Syriac hymns. They are the treasure house of mysteries.
Yeah, that's right.
For anything there are hymns.
Yeah.
For example, on the thief on the right-hand side, or Christ as the gardener, or on the women, the role of women. O Mariam yena ganono uno suberabo the paradaiso o mo. O Mariam yena uno homo Vakiyum to hayed kul nishmu o mo. O Mariam yenau tilo wakbiro lo tes karabili lo sel kese domma o sel ho kil sabal aslihe to comes lib shubaho men kabro. Oh, mo. It is in this hymn that the Lord highlights the importance of women. They are the ones who saw first the risen Christ. So Sabar, go and preach and announce to the disciples that I rose in glory from the tomb. So the women have an important role in the church. They can still animate the church and vivify the church when the male group becomes a little sleepy.
Are you familiar with the poetic genre called Sogisa?
Sogita, yes. That's a dialogue poem.
A dialogue poem. Do you have any example?
I have the text, but I don't know.
Ah, okay.
We have published that in Malayalam, but I can give you one. Also, Sebastian Brock has published it. There are dialogue poems between Mary and the Magi. So the Magi came on and dialogue poems by our Ulagandarasar in Malayalam.
Oh, really?
Yes. If you want, I can give you one copy.
Yes, please. Yeah. We have in the Syriac tradition, our funeral for priests has a tinge of Sogisa, because in the fourth stanza, in the main stanza, the deceased priest tells Etapus lebas lama asel nali, but in the fourth stanza, the congregation says, "We will offer you as a kurbana to the heaven. Go in peace." So the people speak to the deceased priest. So there's a kind of dialogue.
Yeah, we have also a series of hymns at the end of the burial service of priests, deacons, and bishops. Sail Bashlomo, all the leavings person will sing Sail Bashlomo. It's sung very solemnly. Go in peace, O departed brother. And then he says, Push Bashlomo, remain in peace.
Oh, I see.
So to the east, to the west, to the north and south entrances of the church is being done. So
we have
beautiful. The Syriac liturgy, both east and west, are full of lively hymns. Unfortunately, we are not enjoying the fullness of the beauty of this liturgical tradition.
That brings me to one of the two questions. You dedicated your life for the cause of promoting Syriac, and I have followed in your footsteps, zealous about spreading Syriac literacy through music. But I don't think I have succeeded. And during the first part of our conversation, you mentioned that priests are not yet literate. So how should we, what's your advice for spreading Syriac literacy among clergy and the people?
The first thing is that we should start with minor seminary. See, formerly all the minor seminaries had a Malpono, a teacher of Syriac. And that teacher should be someone who can also sing well. At least in the West Syriac tradition, I know there are a lot of hymns, as I sang with you, which is known even by people, lay people. When we were children in the church, we used to sing most of the hymns which we sing on Holy Friday, on Good Friday. Everything was in Syriac, because this is being repeated. And that gives a lot of nostalgia. And that has been lost now, because the rectors, they were very generous with the students. They should have enough time to sleep and so on. So they cut short the prayers. But in our time, for example, the whole Lilio, all the 3 parts were sung at the time. And because it is there, because the first section is on Mary, the second section on the saints, and the third part is actually on the departed. So every day it goes on like that. So we are actually praying for the whole church. Now, I am not against a holy hour. It's okay, but in the Latin, we should be highlighting more our own tradition. And recently, the Pope also praised the wealth of the Eastern tradition. And year before last, there was a seminar in the Oriental Institute. It was organized by the Ukrainians. And there, at the end, even the bishops and also all the professors agreed, in the Uniat churches, there is a laziness regarding the study of their own liturgical language. Ukrainians. I went to Armenia. They were singing very well in the Patriarchate. And I was staying with the seminarians, and I asked them the meaning. They don't know the meaning.
But they sing.
They sing very well.
They sing very well. let us conclude. My final question, if you allow me to ask you a personal question. Now that you are handing over the mantle to another priest, you can be called an older priest, and you have been working on this ceaselessly even from when you were a student. When you look back, what do you think is your legacy?
My legacy is to promote Syriac studies in India. See, we can enrich our Malayalam through our Syriac. There is
Please say that again.
We can enrich our Malayalam language, Malayalam literature, through Syriac homilies and hymns. Vivartana Sahitya illate oru bhashayilla.
Okay.
What have we done? The Latins, they should also translate the best homilies of Latin fathers. And also we Syrians should bring out the poetical wealth of Saint Ephrem. If they are translated in Malayalam or in Hindi, they will be the best poetical pieces in the world. So we have an obligation to enrich our own culture, our own Malayalam language through beautiful translations.
Okay.
That is one of the areas which we have neglected. And also, we should study more Syriac language, because that can enrich our culture. And there are a lot of words in Malayalam which are Syriac. Even Hindus understand Kurbana as something sacred, as a sacred service, or Mamodisa, Agal Karsa. There are a lot of words.
Agal Karsa?
Agal Karsa means one who is always criticizing.
Okay.
Agal, Ekal, Agal means eating. Karsa means stomach.
Okay.
So the one who criticizes, Agal Karsa. Or Kurbana, Akala, all the names of the feast, Danaha, Dukarana.
Yeah.
See, and also as I mentioned, we can find out more words, Ura.
Yes.
And Kar. So for example, may your kingdom come from the place where it is. Jacob was sorrow in his head. Men kar dite, from may your kingdom come from where it is.
Okay.
Men kar, from the place, dite, it is. So may your kingdom come from the men kar dite, kara. Kara means place.
Yes.
Ura. Place. We should find out it may not be direct origin, but we can show parallels. So we have an obligation culturally and also ecclesiastically, because as Sebastian Brock told or wrote, the hymns. Formerly the Protestants were telling, Syriac tradition has only hymns, and they refused. For example, in the University of Serampur, they were not accepting doctorate theses which were done by the theologians of Orthodox Seminary.
Really?
Yes. Liturgy means only hymn and so on. So finally I met the president, because we were together. He's from the Basel mission. We were together in Germany. In the Lutheran seminary, there is a professor for liturgy and so on. And here, the extreme Protestants say, the hymns are not important. So finally, he influenced. Now it is also possible to work on the hymns.
Oh, okay.
So the hymnal tradition is also theological tradition. We have to highlight the importance of those prayers.
Oh. So, Jacob, thank you so much for your time. You have been a blessing to Kerala. You have been a blessing. You made this institute, if I understand correctly, it's one of the 5 institutes in the wide world that gives up to PhD degrees in Syriac language.
Yes.
Or from all your efforts, starting from when you were a student, and the biggest library. And this may be the best library.
Yeah, we will go.
We will go and have it. We'll add that into this program.
Okay.
And may God continue to bless you and bring more blessings on our people. Thank you so much for...
Joseph Bhajan, thank you very much for coming, and also including Seeri is in your large project. It's a musical tradition, but all the same, I'm sure we can work together, and you are always most welcome.
Yes, thank you.
I'm happy to note that one of your students, Robert Morehouse, is coming for the second time here. So you also are promoting Syriac studies through your disciples, not only in India but also in America. So wish you all the best in this project of music.
And please bless me in Syriac. We will conclude with your blessing.
Barak lok bashmo dabo amin. Dabro amin. Wadruho hayo kadish lahaye dalo ulmin. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ditalabosan upmal kutok men kadite obsebionok nahwe baramo akbashmayo habla lahmo minad yawmo men betgasok bashbuk hawbain خاصه توخين أقدش بكنان والنسيونو لو طايلين دم هيلينان يلو باسون أطمن بيشو رابو هيلو